Okay, so we are talking about Angular now. Angular. Fine. So this is one framework which is used to develop front ends. So it has a great ratio when it comes to in like how much, uh, how many developers are using it, how much market it has occupied. So it has a fair amount of ratio, almost sometimes 40, 50, 60. That varies. So React and Angular, these are kind of two popular frameworks nowadays. So we are going to cover the Angular. So Angular is based on TypeScript. Okay, TypeScript. So good thing about TypeScript is, as we already know how core Java works, how to create classes, interfaces, variables, it is almost identical. Okay, so it has like when we talk about core Java, or in okay, let me add this term, core Java. So there, as I mentioned, classes are there, interfaces are there, then we have variables, we have blocks, right? So all these concepts are implemented here. So TypeScript is almost identical to core Java. If you knows the concept of core Java, same thing works on TypeScript. Of course, it's a front-end technology, so it has some different, syntax. It's a different language, so you will find syntax are a bit different. You might find some variables which will looks like, okay, we are kind of writing code in core Java, but actually that would be a TypeScript coding. So if you want to understand TypeScript, that we will do side by side. I'm not going to cover TypeScript separately. So for that, you guys can do again that great website W3 schools and write TypeScript. So again, no need to go into that much detail, but yeah, you should have an idea how TypeScript works. So introduction, get started, simple type, special arrays, tuples, all these things. When I will be away, you guys have to cover all these basic part. Okay, it's fairly simple. You don't get any doubt or issue. Let me give you one idea. Like it says TypeScript object types. Okay, let's talk about it. Even you can see it has also enums. In core Java, we also have a concept of enums. Same thing is enum here. So if I open object types, so here what it's there, const for constant. In Java we have final. It has const const, just a variable. You can say declaration which is const. So this will be fixed for this variable car. Here it has created object. Now, since we said we are going to learn Angular, and Angular is based on TypeScript, and ultimately your code gets converted into JavaScript. Okay, so doesn't matter in what language you're trying to write, ultimately everything goes to one format, that is JavaScript. Okay, so again, we don't need to write JavaScript explicitly. If you want, you can write it, but if you write your TypeScript code, that will also work. And Angular is nothing, just a TypeScript framework. Fine. So that's how it's fine if you're not getting it. It's perfectly fine. But that's how we created. So here what they did. Think about, we have a class. Okay, let me copy it and give you a comparison of core Java and this. So it will be more easy to understand the new language. Okay, so what it has, a car. Okay, I'm going to create a class with same concept, car. Done. Then next, what it says, it has two type. I mean, yeah, three variables, not two, three. One is type, second model, and third field, this one. Okay, great. So I can see I have three fields in my class: type, models, year, and first two are string type, third one is of year or number type or integer. Here it's Angular, or sorry, the TypeScript doesn't have integer, it has number. And what it has done, it has also initialized it. Okay, so to do that, you can have a main method, or you can have a constructor. You can also initialize these fields there. So there, this is what we call initialized. So you can compare. In core Java, we have to write this much class car, or if you want to do it right away, you can even do this as well. I mean, just first way. when you create a variable and just keep things away, at least declaration time, or you can put things like here, semicolon. So in just 3 lines, we have created a variable, plus we have also initialized the variable. This is also possible in Java, right? 200 2009 equals 9 semicolon, and even here we don't need the main method. Of course, this works different in core Java. We are not supposed to write this way. We write this way: string type, uh, 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 string capital S. This goes here. We don't use colons there in Java, and here it's going to be int year, and yep. So you guys can see it is kind of same, but yet it has a differently. It's a different language, so definitely there must be a separate or different syntax to write the things. So that's how TypeScript works. What we just saw, TypeScript object types. Whenever it comes to object types, it goes in curly brace. Yep, we saw something similar in uh, what was that, JSON, right? So same thing is here, but this time when we say object, it's here. So even JSON is the same time. If we have to show objects in JSON, what is that? We know it's object. When I write this, I know what is that. It's an array or a collection. So in front-end technologies, we don't have that collection yet. So I'll say array. It's an array. This is it's an object. So if you understood JSON, that means you can easily understand curly braces is all about objects, and that's what these guys did. Curly brace open, curly brace closed. One big difference is we don't write semicolon at the end in core Java, right? Here we are not writing any semicolon, but here it is required. So that's how it works. And again, it's fairly simple. If you understood core Java concept, you can easily understand what's happening around TypeScript. And if you understood TypeScript, you can easily write code in Angular. Angular is just a framework, and which is used, like we have used Spring Boot. So if you know what is core Java, you can write classes, methods, logic. Same way, if you understand TypeScript, you can easily write projects or Angular projects. Okay, I hope this is clear. So this is from TypeScript. These are from core Java. So up to us how we want to proceed. Vamsi, let me know once you're done, okay? So we can share your screen and I'll let you know how or what software you need to proceed with Angular. Okay, so this is TypeScript and this is core Java. Fine. So try to cover up these topics, and whenever we meet, I'll let you know. I mean, in case of doubt, you can reach out to me. Fine. This is done, so we have idea where to reach out for TypeScript initially. So have some basic idea how it works. Okay, this is done. Now, what is required to run Angular project in your machine? Okay, that's the first concern. Okay, let's get a new paint. Not here. Here. Let's save this. Done. Okay, so first thing is the required softwares or tools. Softwares. So you need it Node. Okay, you need to download this Node in your machine. With Node, you will also get NPM. Okay, so but I'll write it separately. NPM Node Package Manager. And third, you need to install Angular by using some Node commands. Angular. When we say tools, so VS Code is enough, and you should have that. If not yet, please download it, VS Code or Visual Basic, oh sorry, Visual Studio Code. Okay, fine. So that's it. You need Node, NPM, and Angular, and for tool wise, Visual Studio Code. You can download any version. It's perfect fine. Version is not a concern here. Sorry.
Pankaj, do you want me to share the screen?
Yeah, sure, go on. So just a minute, let me show you where to open. Okay, then you can share your screen.
Okay.
So as I mentioned, what software we needed. So let's start with VS Code first. So mm, VS Code download. So we have a official website. Just reach out and according to your Windows machine, you can install it. Do you have this Windows? Oh, sorry, a VS Code, Vamsi?
Yes, Pankaj.
Okay, great,
I
nice.
have VS Code, Node.js also.
Oh, you already have it. Okay, so
In
who don't
my
have it? Then I need the person who don't have that node because you already have
okay.
it. So there's no point of telling you. Anyone, please let me know who wants to share the screen and then proceed with the setup. No, all good then. You guys can easily install it. Fine, we'll skip that part then. Okay, so we need node. I'll let you know from where to get that node. So Node.js download. We have its official website. Node.js, we have this Windows and other binaries. So as per your machine, Windows, Mac, Linux, X, I don't know what is that. I never used it. But yeah, Mac, Linux, whatever you guys are using, change it and accordingly download and install it. Okay. So Node you can get from here. Okay, Vamsi, then you don't need to share. I think everyone got that
Yeah.
Node.js.
Okay.
Okay, so for Node.js, you can get it from here. Once you install Node.js, NPM will come by default. You just click, 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 and it will get set up. Then VS Code, you guys can get from this link. Okay, done. Okay, it's done. So let's assume I have Node and NPM. So how to verify that these softwares are there in your machine, right? So I need to verify it. So I'll open a command line. Okay, and here I'll write node hyphen v, and this is what we get. Wrong place. Again, paste it. Okay, so that's what we get when you write node v. The version is here. In my machine, it's 2011.0. If we check what's the current version now, so it's 22. So use the same one, it's better. So I'm also giving it 20. I was talking about Visual Studio for the latest one, but for Node, be specific 20.11.0. Okay. Once you have that, what's next? NPM. So I'll write npm hyphen v. So we'll get a different version, 10.2.4. So that's the next software version verified. Yeah, we have 10.2.4. Fine. So once you download Node, it will get automatically downloaded. So you don't have to do anything. Just make sure that you are installing correct version of Node. Fine. Both are verified. What about the Angular? And definitely for Angular, you have to write certain commands. Only then it will get installed. So once you verify, okay, that I have Node and NPM, then you guys need to write some command. So command for uh, installing Angular. It's like you have installed some softwares and now by using those softwares, you're trying to install the third software, the Angular. Okay, let's unbold it here. Okay, so you have to write npm. This is the majorly used command, npm, Node Package Manager. Okay, have some idea what these tools are. I'm not going into that much detail. So I'll give that all in homework. Check out what is Node, what's the purpose of it, then check out npm. Okay, they are not again not connected with Angular. It is all about JavaScript universe. So by using this command, you can also handle Angular because Angular is again ultimately it goes to JavaScript type when it comes to build and creation the types of it. Okay, so how to install Angular? Right, npm install. Okay, then hyphen g is for global. That means globally you can access these commands. That's why I'm able to write this npm and it is accessible. So it goes in your environment class variable. Okay, then you have to write at Angular, then hyphen CLI, and then you can mention the version number. Okay, version number. So how to get that version? So let me take my system as a reference. So how to get the Angular version? So ng and then write version. Okay. So like Spring Boot gives us some screenshot, I mean the some kind of logo. Same we are getting Angular CLI Angular CLI is 16.03. So that's my Angular version. Node is same 2011.0. Yep. Then it also gives NPM 10.2.4. There it is. So if you write ng version, it will give Angular, Node, and NPM version. Great. So I get everything, whatever I needed. I can take a screenshot of this as well. So, okay, this will happen when you write the correct command. Let me open a new command. Sorry, paint. Paste here. Here, this is the, let me write an example for this. Copied. So what would be your command when you're trying to install Angular in your machine? So npm install this, and version was 16.03. So just copying it and paste it. That's it. So if this command gets successfully installed, you will see this version in your command prompt. Always verify in your command prompt that what version you're getting. So npm install -g and give version like this. That's my Angular version. I hope now it's clear how to set up these three softwares.
Uh,
Yep.
Pankaj, in my machine, I do have a Visual Code version is like 2212.
Visual
So do
Studio?
I have to? Yeah.
Yeah, latest is fine, it's fine. It will work.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. We
I'm thinking
don't,
like, do I have to
no,
uninstall
no.
this again and get the 20 version?
Yeah,
Okay.
VS Code is fine. You can download latest version, but be specific to
Mm-hmm.
these. Otherwise, build won't work. Okay, your build will get failed. Whenever you try to run Angular projects, it will get failed because of Node. Okay, so I'm writing here as well. Get latest version. Okay, so get it from here. Get latest version. Fine, this is done. Now, okay, we have everything, and I can verify that Angular, NPM, everything is set up in my system. Let's say 4. How to create projects, right? That's the next thing. Once we have every software ready, it's like we have set up JDK or JRE. Then we have also uh, Eclipse. Just giving you idea. This is my one previous project. So that's how VS Code looks like. If you haven't used this, so we get a chance to learn a new software in software development, and better get used to it. At least visual code is kind of a kind of a mandatory stuff. You need to do it. So learn it. Eclipse, IntelliJ, and VS Code. These are the mostly used tools in IT industry as of now. So at least you should be good in that. So writing code, where to use shortcut, what kind of shortcut you can get, then what kind of plugins it support. So when it comes to plugin or extension, you will get the install list of plugins here. So we will see in future what kind of plugins you need it. For now, it's fine. Now we are talking about how to create Angular project. So what you have to do, I have created this directory, Angular. So this is a new working place for us. So I'll take this place as my location. Fine. That's how we get command line. How I did that? If you don't know, wherever you are, just click. Okay, don't do anything. Just click on that part and type CMD if you don't know, and it the command prompt will open with the same path. There it is. Okay, so we're talking about how to create Angular project. So Angular works with commands. Okay. Yep. I mean, you're not supposed to create projects daily or regularly, but as since we are learning it, it's our first day to create a project, so you should have an idea. Okay. So the command, the very first command, which says create project, it is ng, like we saw version, ng version. Now we have ng. Okay, let me just type ng. Will I get anything? Or ng, let's say help. I'm not sure whether we get all commands. Yep. Okay, so these are the possible commands with Angular. Not this. I need commands, ng commands. Okay, so let me put these side by side. So this clarifies versions. Oops. Oh, not this way. Let me increase the paint size. Okay, now better. Cool. Okay, so these are the possible commands with ng, and believe me, that's it. We don't have to write anything extra. Just I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 some commands are there, and we will mostly use. Let me try to highlight the mostly used commands. So ng, oh, wrong color. So ng add. I'm just telling you which commands you will use most of the time. Ng generate, one of the most used command. Ng serve, and last one to check the version. So at least these four commands you guys are going to learn with me. Then further, as of project works and what's the requirement, accordingly you need to learn some more commands. And where is that ng new? Yeah, ng new, because this will be used to generate project. See, ng new name creates a new Angular workspace, a project basically. Okay, this is great. So now we know which command will help us to create project. Okay, so it says ng new. Then you have to decide what application you want to create. I mean application name. So I don't know what to write. It's our first project. So let's say um, first, or let's say base app. Okay, just calling it base app. You can call it anything. Up to you. Hyphen. I'm just giving some. I'm just following some standards. So base hyphen app. Ng new base app. And once you now notice, guys. Okay, how much it will ask. It will query us like what's your structure, what you want to follow up and on. So once you have this command, press enter, it will start downloading something. So first thing it asks, would you like to add Angular routing? Routing is all about from one page to another page, you know. So as of now I don't need that. I'll say no. Type n and press enter. Done. Next is ask what kind of CSS. We have to give look and feel. So whether we want to stick with CSS or some other technologies, SCSS, some SAS or less. I'll stick to the basic one, the CSS. It is more than enough for us. So highlight by using up key button and then select and then press again enter. Done. Now it will download lots of stuffs. Uh, okay, fine. So if I open my directory, I can see one app or one directory is created, base app, and if I check its size, it is going to increase. Right now it's just in kbs. You will see in mbs almost 200 to 250 mb it will download. So it will give you a structure like we saw some structure in Maven project. Something similar we see here as well. Let me open Eclipse as well side by side so I can compare how Maven project works and what we get when you create Angular projects. So it will take time, depends upon the network speed and plus the server of Angular. So in the meantime, we can see the official homepage of Angular. So this is the official web page of Angular. Okay, let me put its link as well. I think I put it somewhere here. No. Oops. Did I put that links? Yeah, there. Okay, so the official homepage of Angular. Homepage of Angular. Fine. Homepage. Okay, now what we have here, let's see the homepage. Okay, so if you see here, we have lots of documentation, docs, tutorials, playground, preferences. If you open docs, so it will lots of the library of Angular is really rich in terms of documentation. The scope says, I mean, the library wise, it's really small, but in terms of how you can use it, it's really vast. Okay, okay, fine. So we have Angular installation. Even it gives you a setup steps like what kind of steps you can follow up. NPM install, CLI, then how to create project, ng new, then at the bottom you will get packages installed successfully, then successfully installed. I mean something similar we get here. Then it gives you some basics like how to start your application. All things are there. Then essentials. I don't know what it says. Interest in Angular. So okay, they are giving some reference what you can refer. Okay, so this is the official homepage. In the free time, check out how this web page looks like. Let's verify. Is it work? Okay, yeah. So our project is ready. Let's verify the project size first of all. Right click, properties. So there it is. 235 size, and on this it is taking 270. So almost 270 MB is occupied by this project, and this project is still empty, guys. I mean, at least for us, the structure we are getting, it's 270 MB. Okay, now how to run this project? So before we proceed with that, let me mention some commands what we just used. So we are checking Angular commands. Fine. So first thing, what we saw ng version to check the version, obviously. Then we saw ng new. It creates a new project. Then third command we are going to learn ng yeah, not ng. Okay, ng actually. Going back to the project. Okay, so before writing the command, its command is this one, by the way. So I need to open that project. Okay, so I need to copy this path. So I'll end up there. This is the project, and you can see lots of files. I mean, definitely if you have 270 MB, so lots of file would be there. I copied the path. Going back to Visual Code. So this is the default screen. Click on file. Here I'm telling you how to import existing Angular project. So file, open folder, give path. This is it, and folder should be your application name, base app. Make sure that you can see your project name here, whatever you have created, and then select folder. If we do this, if it is fine, VS Code will ask you whether you can trust this application. So I'll say yes, I know I have created this. So I trust this. So trust this and all the subfolders. So check this out. See what it says. Trust the authors of the file in parent folder. So parent is this one. Parent is Angular form for me, the Angular folder. Then it has all the device things. I'll put there. So it says trust all the folder inside this. So I'll say yes, trust it. Done. Okay, so our project is ready. Fine. Now, how to run application? Okay, we'll see this how it looks like. Let me just close this. So that our base application is ready. Now you need to click on this terminal, and it says new terminal. Click it, and we get, if everything is fine, you should see your project path. So we are inside base app. I can see it, base app. So command was ng serve. Okay, starts the Angular app. This is creates the Angular app. Then it shows the, come on, version of Node NPM, and then Angular. Okay, so three commands are great. Fine. And here we are with the this VS Code, and I'll type ng serve. Okay, enter. So it takes some time, depends upon the system speed and configurations. And if, since it's a basic project, so you don't have to wait that much. I can say it is starting, and now notice something here. If you remember, when we tend to, oh, it's not open yet. So when we tend to run Spring Boot application, it runs on a default port, localhost 8080. That's the Tomcat Apache or Apache Tomcat default server port. For Angular server, the default port is localhost 4200. So 4200 is a default port for it. So if you want to run this application, it clearly says Angular Live is listening on this port. Open your browser on this one. Okay, let me copy the path, go into my browser, and I'll paste and enter. Okay, so I got the first screen from Angular. Now we are talking about web application. So this is our very first screen, localhost 8080, and lots of things are there with icons as well. Okay, great. Let me paste in a different classic is fine. Let me save it. Just a second, I think I forgot to save previous image. Yep, I did. Save. Oh, fifth, and the screen which has the home page, it's going to be 6. Fine. So we have to focus certain things here. First, the URL, which is this, the default port. Okay, let me mention this. It's our first day, so take it easy. Just try to understand, grab everything what you're getting on my screen. So this is default port. Come on, for Angular app. Okay, yep, that we know. So remember this 4200 is a default port for Angular app. Now, if you see all these contents, I mean the blue screen, red, this some rocket icon, some text, and even my application name is running here. See, base app is running. Okay, that looks ugly, but that's fine. Two time app is coming up. Then some text resource, some more things. Okay, not here. Let's discuss over here. If you see when I hover, okay, it looks good. These kind of coming up, and everything is coming from Angular. It says ng generate something component xyz. Okay, we'll see that what is that. I can see some movement here as well when I hover. Okay, 5 star something they want to give us rating. We'll do that later. I can see a Twitter icon and the YouTube icon, some Angular logo. So everything is coming up here. So from where it is coming, leave that part. Can I see the source code of this whole page? Okay, let's see. Right click, inspect. Okay, that's how we do this. What I did, right click anywhere, but if you want to be specific, right click there. So right now I'm not sure where to right click. So as a beginner, I'll right click anywhere and I have option inspect. I just did that. Here I'm trying to show you how to see source code of any web page. Any web page. It's not a secret. You can see anywhere. Okay, so it says, okay, let's see. So this is a default structure of HTML page, and I believe everyone in this batch knows what is HTML, how to write a basic HTML tag. So HTML tag, head, body, and HTML tag closed. So guys, when these guys developed Angular, they just leveraged the power of HTML. They said, okay, we are not going to write something or create something extra. We will just enhance the functionality of HTML. So I mean, whatever you can see here, it's all HTML tags and stuffs. They have like woven up all these things so neatly that you can see that you are working actually in HTML files or tags, but it's actually a Angular code. So head tag is here, then we have a body, then I can see somewhere app root. Not sure what is that. Fine, let me expand it. Okay, I can see multiple divs. As soon as I hover, I can see certain text gets highlighted. Okay, it says welcome. Okay, so if I hover, welcome line is getting. Okay, let me expand this one. I can see some more text, and when I hover here, I can see welcome. There it is. Okay, so whatever I can see on a web page, I can see even source code. This is a source code. If I right click, okay, and if I write, oh, I can even edit the web page, right? On browser, I can edit the web page. Welcome, guys. Great. Can I change this? Base app is running. First of all, I need to search it where it is. So now I have an idea. I can, if I right click somewhere, I can see the source code. Let me close this and reload this page again. Reload. Oh, that was temporary. I have changed it, but as soon as my page gets loaded, things goes away. Okay, that's the first learning. If you do something, you can at least visualize that's how it looks like. So you can change somewhere. So your code, I mean, the look and feel can be uh, fixed. It's not going to be reloaded. I mean, it's not going to go away when you reload your page. Okay, now I know I need to change this part. Base app is running. So I need to edit that. So right click on that. Now I know what to do. I need to update this part at least to see how it comes up. So right click on that particular text or that button, whatever it is. Right click, inspect, and it will take me right there. Okay, now I can see if I hover, the particular text gets highlighted. See? Okay, so if I can see base app is running. So let me remove this app. Okay, and I press enter. Okay, at least this is how it comes up. Base app is running. Makes sense. Fine. But problem is as soon as this page gets loaded, it will go away. Fine. Reload. It's go away. Can I do this with other websites? Let's try. So we are on official website of Visual Code, right? Can I say inspect. Okay, I'm right clicking on download. Okay, I can see download visual code. Okay, I'll say download movies. Is it possible to download movies? Oh, now Visual Studio says download movies. Is it true? It's not. It's just for us to visualize, okay, this can be done. And if you want to change some CSS around it, it's also possible by writing some code here. So here we are. This text is here. I'll say, let me see if I can write something. Text. Um, Font size, let's say 100 pixel. Oh, see, I can even change the CSS as well on the same page. We are going to do this when we write or create some web pages, but I'm just giving you an intro how you can play around with your web pages. So do this after the class. See, can you do this or not? So what I did, let me reload this again. Okay, I need to change the message. Right click, inspect. I can see the here. Then I can change something else. Let's say download songs. There it is. Capital O is fine. Now, if I need to change its CSS, so just at the top, always you will get this option, element.style. So whatever element you have selected or highlighted, it is for that element. When you click, it will give you a space. So if you know what CSS, so you can write here. I'll say font size 150 px, the pixels, and that's how it looks like. Download songs. So just by doing this, you can verify, okay, my changes are coming good. Now I can change in the source code. Now here's the catch. Okay, definitely you can change it here, but you will never get the chance to see the source code of this home page of Visual Studio unless you're working as an employee there or as a trainer or developer. Okay, so I don't have source code of this page, but I'm pretty sure that I must have a source code for this page. The Angular gave me this one. Okay, if I reload, this is the home page. Now from where this is coming. Okay, so if you guys remember when we were doing this Spring or not Spring servlets, so I told you that this when by default every server is looking for index.html. So you have to remember this page, this name index.html. This is a default page, and every server is looking for that page to load the contents. Fine. So let me open VS Code. Now time to open base app project, expanding it. Okay, I'm not sure where to look. So, but I know in core Java or even Spring Boot. Let's talk about Spring Boot. So that's how our application looks like, and we are doing this from long time, 3 weeks almost, or 4 months, or 4 weeks, or a month. We already know that SRC is a place where we see the source code. If I open a core Java application, from the first step we saw SRC. So SRC is something which says source. I can see the source here as well. Okay, so just by having a core Java knowledge, I can expand this SRC. Okay, I can see some app, assets, something, and here we go. We have index page. Great. So I don't need to search much. The page is right away. I just need to open SRC, and that is not new. We know in SRC we can create packages and stuffs. Same thing we will do here as well. But for now, we have to we need to we are actually concerned. Our concern is from where this whole data is coming up. Fine. So index page, double click. Oh, that's it. It doesn't have much, and I was expecting multiple things would be there. So how come this how many lines? 30 lines coming up with this much text? But I'm 100% sure this is the file which is loading up. Okay, let's verify it. I know this is a body tag. Can I do any change here? Let me change h1 tag because this will be bigger. Hello from index.html page. Oops. Actually, I use shortcut for Eclipse. Here we do control, not control, Alt Shift F to format the code. Alt Shift F. Alt Shift and F. Keep it handy, guys. These are really good shortcuts, and you should know how to use them in any editor. Oops. For formatting. Okay, let's see. I just pressed Ctrl S and I saw something happened here. Okay, watch it closely. I'm highlighting this and delete, and I'll press Ctrl S. Yeah, so compiled successfully goes up and it reloads. So the second you save your file, Angular picks that change and the change will get reflected right away on your web page. Okay. Oh, still I cannot see this message anywhere. Fine. So something is not good. At least as per my understanding, I'm not sure what's happening because it's my first day, but I am sure that index page is doing that. I can see something here on line 16. App root. Okay. So let me try to search somewhere. So in SRC, I can see app. Okay, great. Let me expand this folder and I can see four files: CSS file, one HTML file, spec.ts. I'm sure TS is for TypeScript, but spec file not sure, and there is just TS file. So this should be the file. Spec something weird we don't know yet. CSS I know, HTML I know, and I just saw TS somewhere, TypeScript, so I can open this file. Okay, fine. Some weird thing don't know yet. Leave it as it is. But I know HTML tag as well. Let me open this. Okay. If I expand, multiple things are there. Even if I scroll from here, from right side, okay, I can see 480 lines. Oh, nice. Can I search this text? Welcome. I copied. Here, Control F, paste. Oh, I can see welcome. Nice. There it is. On line 312, I can search welcome. Fine. Let me type welcome, guys. Some exclamation signs. I'm pressing Control S and let me highlight this again to you so you guys can see it gets updated. Done. My highlighted section is here and compiled successfully. No red line. Okay, great. Now going back to web page. Now I can see my changes are here. Now doesn't matter how many times I reload. Have you guys seen something? Okay, I was trying to show this later, but if I reload, you can see some message right away. Okay, here. Notice. Okay, it is there. I'm just clicking it multiple times. Hello from index.html. You guys can see it, right? So something is happening. I mean, we have a text, it is visible, but Angular somehow overrides that functionality and give its feature. Okay, cool. That's why we are getting this text. So that means everything is there. Base app is running. Fine. So let me search base hyphen app. Okay, it was base app. Okay, fine. I cannot see this text, right? Let me search again. Or maybe I did some typing mistake. So let me copy this, copy it, searching again. Control F, paste it. It says no result in HTML file. I figured out welcome, but I didn't find this file. Now watch it closely, guys. Let me try this running. Control F, paste it. Oh, I can see running. So on line 344, something is here which says title, then app is running. Okay. So let me verify whether I'm at right place or not. Running, and let's set some exclamation signs. Okay, I'll save it. It's updated. If I go back, okay, great. So I can see multiple exclamation signs. So that means we are doing, we are doing these changes at right place. But from where this base app is coming, I can see it's the title. Somewhere it says curly braces and then title. By the way, we call this interpolation. Okay. Now here comes the new term. I just want to introduce you guys. So the term is known as interpolation. We will use this multiple times when we learn Angular concepts. Why you're not going up? But you go up. Okay. Okay. Now question is from where this is coming. So CSS definitely it's for you and you feel. Look and feel. And as of now, CSS is empty. So leave it. HTML we just scan two things only. Welcome and this it is fine. Spec file, completely weird file. I don't get a single line. What is that? Okay, lots of lines. And even I don't know what is TS. Let me open the last file TS. Okay, just 10 lines and I can read. It says title base app. Okay, nice. So I can see one TypeScript just created a variable. So what just happened here? The guys who created this Angular, they gave you a default home page. So you can start working from the same point, or if you want, you can remove all that thing from there. So this base app is actually coming here, which actually replaces this interpolation. We will see this interpolation in more detail. For now, these are some terms. So it's here, oops, not here, and there. My bad. I should have, yeah, that is fine. Color change, black goes, and here goes title, and blue. Okay, so that's how things are coming on web page. If I remove all text from here, okay, I just clean that HTML file, okay, and save the file. Compiled successfully. Going back to web page. Now I can see the text which we wrote initially, it's coming here. So this is not from app.component.html, it is coming from index page. So this makes it clear that things are coming from index page, and that's the default page. Any server or any server, basically server picks this page by default. Okay, cool. So all good. For now, I'll just control Z. So we'll end up with the default screen. Okay, there it is. Okay, time to understand the project structure, what Angular gives us. So let me move this. Okay, taking screenshot of our application structure, copied. Now let's compare it with Maven projects. Classic, paste it. It's seventh screen, and this is workspace app. Okay, so I can take this as well. Okay, let me pick the packages as well. We know what is that. Screenshot of this. Okay, this is Angular project. Bold. This is okay. Okay, so that's how it is coming up. Okay, let's compare. So let's revise what Spring Boot provides. So start with, let me zoom. So start with application name and M for Maven, J for Java. So Java Maven project. Then first thing, it has src main Java, which is again a pattern or a convention followed by Maven project. So where we keep all the Java code. Then it has src main resources where we keep the configuration files. As of now, we just needed a properties file. So there we added that, all the database related configuration. Then it has src test Java, which is for test case. In future, if you want to write test case as well for your project, you can also put it here under or inside this package, src test Java. Then it gives you the JDK version, that is 17 here. Then a location where you can verify what library and where the library is stored. And this is same src what we have here, src main Java, then src. So that's the directory. And target is the location where jar or war file gets created. If you run if you some run some commands, so you can see the jar file is there. Usually we don't need to do that. It happens implicitly when you're in a development mode. And some files which we don't need that, but definitely POM file for all the configuration, all the dependencies, all your project configuration goes inside this file on a broader level. Okay, so application and application properties and pom.xml, they complement each other. But this was about Spring Boot, and we know this thing. We have worked this for 3 weeks almost. Okay, now Angular project. So start with application name dot Angular dot VS Code. It's not for us, so you can easily ignore it. Okay, so ignore these things. Now here comes the node modules. Okay, so node modules has same functionality what we saw in Maven dependencies. So what does Maven dependencies holds? Libraries. Okay, so is it true for node modules? Let's verify right away. So if I expand node modules, I can see lots of things, some at sign, and then I can see some directories. Okay, so all these are libraries basically. So it downloads almost 250 MB things. So what is that? It's all about libraries. By default, it downloads it. Now it's totally up to you how you want to configure it. So node modules holds the reference of your libraries, which is needed by Angular project. So node modules has that. SRC, we know already. SRC holds everything which is required to write your logic. The code section of business logic goes there. So SRC goes. Let me check here. It goes till edit. So edit config. So it goes here, then edit till here. So this is a place where you write actually the whole code, and it has index HTML, the load, the home load page, then some TS file. We will see that later. Some global styling, that is style.css. If you write something here, that will get applied to whole project. Then app, which is a directory. Inside there we found some components, and then we saw assets. Asset is something what we saw in resource folder. So if you see here in Spring Boot project, we have src main Java. There we keep static and templates. So if you need some other, let's suppose I needed an image or some different file formats, so I can keep it inside src main resources. Same thing is because it's a web application, so we need some assets. Asset means some files, documentation, so you can keep it there. So I don't think it has something. Yeah, it has some git file, but for now it's empty. But if you need some images, some documents, you can put inside assets. The name says assets, so assets for your application. Okay, so this is about src. So src is holding lots of stuffs. Then multiple configuration file, but for now I don't need to highlight everything. There are two files which you need to understand: Angular JSON and package JSON. For now, you guys have to focus on this. So let me show you, because once we start learning Angular, so I don't think you guys can focus on these. So first is code. So Angular JSON. So it has multiple, I mean, lots of tags are there. If I expand this, that's it. So the at root level, we just got four tag variables: schema, the version, new project root, and the project name itself. Then it has the application name, that is base app, and then all the details of your application which is required. And you guys might be wondering that how does it knows that I need to put everything in index page? Because we gave it here. See, src index.html. So it knows from where it needs to pick it. So it is a configuration place where you can where you want to configure. Okay, I don't want index page, I want some other pages. But in 99.9 cases it will be an index.html in your project as well if you get some front end code. So usually we don't touch this configuration. So some more configuration about the project, like serve. When you write serve, remember we executed this command ng serve. So when you write ng serve, these things gets activated. For now, just read it like you are reading some text, like in newspaper somewhere, or you're reading somewhere on blogs. Just read this way, that serve is there. It has some builder, other configurations, then extract 18, then test. In future we might write some test cases, so this is for test. Yep, you can even write test cases here as well by using test command, like we used ng serve. In future you can write ng test, so it will verify all the test cases. So it doesn't provide any special space. I'm sorry, it provides a special space where you can write test cases. So I told you that this is a file. CSS is for look and feel. HTML we know, it gives you a skeleton of your web project. TS for TypeScript, where you write actually a TypeScript language code. We are left with spec.ts. So this file is for test case. If you read, I think somewhere they must have mentioned. Did they mention here explicitly? Yeah, testbed. There it is. So there's one library core testing. So this file is all about test cases. So they written some basic test cases. By default, it gets generated for every time you generate a component. So we will see what is component, but for now this file is for test cases. So you can write test cases here, like Maven project provides special place to write test cases inside src test Java. Same thing is done by the Angular inside. It's not here. Let me take a screenshot of this. Just a second. Uh, no, it's fine. So src app, and then we have these many files. Okay, so there it is, the main 4 files. For now, skip this app modules. We will see in next class. Okay, then this is done with the Angular.json. Next file is package.json. Don't worry about the lock. Ignore that. Angular.json, which gives you project structure and all the configuration there you can see. And package.json is something similar to pom.xml. Yep. And you guys can see we have a term dependencies. Like we saw dependencies inside pom.xml. Open up. There it is, dependency tag and stuffs. Same thing you guys can see dependencies, then it has library name. That's how it gets it. So give the library name, colon, and the version. That's it. In Maven, you need to use, because we are using POM XML, so you have to use tags. So dependency tag, then group ID, artifact, and then you can give version as well, like this: group ID, artifact, and the version. Here you just need to give the version, colon, and the name, colon, and the version. It has TypeScript library, so version 2.3.0. So package.json is really important in terms of what you are using. Okay, and it is all about scripts. Angular uses lots of commands and scripts, so you can configure it here. ng, then ng start. If you write ng start or npm start, it will tick ng serve. So we will see that all that detail, but for now you guys can see it has all the information like pom file, name of your project, and the version. If I show you pom file at the top, it gives the same detail in tag format. So that's the group ID, artifact something, and then there's a workforce app, and then the description about the project, and it also has a version 0.0.1 snapshot. That's a Maven style, how to give the version. Here they give 0.0.0. So as soon as you start developing in Angular, you can give your version. Okay, so I'm starting, so maybe the minor version 0.0.1, and in future I can change it. So whenever you need to give this build to somewhere where the DevOps guy needs to deploy it, so they would be needing the version because they have to register it on the servers. So that's how it works. So now we have a fair understanding of how Angular project looks like. Fine, going back to TS file and component file. So need to search title. There it is. So can I change this to something else? Let's say my name, title, saved, service is compiled, and if I go back to web page, Pankaj app is running. Great, so it is working. So it's just a variable. How to create variables? You can colon string. Good thing about TypeScript is it knows what type you have given. So it by default it understands. Again, it's not a feature of this. It is coming directly from the JavaScript. So again, I'm repeating, you don't have to write explicitly the JavaScript code, but yeah, it's possible that you can write it. It gives you lots of option. So that's how you can give it the variables. If I want to give some different, let's say, variable. Let's say, oh sorry, not int. Here it's different. In Java we tend to write uh, int age something like 10. No, in Angular it goes like age colon number then equals to 10. That's how Angular understand it. Okay, and error goes away. Can I print this age as well? Yes, I just need to carry this variable. This is my variable. I'll copy it. I'll go back to my HTML page. Running since. Okay, I'm just giving a message. Curly brace open, curly brace close. Paste the variable and save it. Okay, and here I mention years. So I'm just giving information, okay, that app is running from that many years. So Pankaj app is running since 10 years. Okay, so 10 is coming on the web page, name is coming up. So likewise, you guys can play around with these variables, and this can be also only possible when you have a basic understanding of how TypeScript works. So that's your homework, guys, and that's for today.